So in today's interview, I will be implementing some Piagetian concepts to evaluate the cognitive differences between a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old. And according to Piaget, this 6-year age gap places these children at 2 very distinctive stages in their cognitive development. So Piaget was most famously known for his theory of cognitive development, which he divided into 4 stages. So the first of the 4 stages, from 0 to 2 years, is the sensory motor stage. And at this stage, babies or children are gathering information about their world using their senses, moving their bodies, and as well as through their reflexes, like sucking or rooting reflexes. And this is the stage where children develop something called object permanence. So that's the understanding that an object continues to exist even when it can't be observed through the senses. They may also develop a little bit of stranger anxiety through this stage, which can be kind of remediated with a secure attachment. The second stage is the pre-operational stage, which occurs from about 2 to about 6 or 7 years of age. And this is one of the most fun stages for sure, because this is when children engage in that magical thinking and they start to be able to use symbols such as words or pictures to kind of depict mental images. But unlike adults at this stage, they're not really able to perform concrete logical thought processes, which is why it's called a pre-operational stage. They also display qualities of centration, transduction, and animism. So centration is a focus on a single aspect of a particular event or object. Like say, for example, a bowl of ice cream has a scoop in it and it's in a large bowl. A child might say, that's not enough ice cream. So if you take that exact same scoop of ice cream and put it into a much smaller bowl, they'll likely be happy and say that that is enough ice cream. So that's centration. Transduction is making a connection between 2 aspects based on a common theme or a common trend. For example, if a child's grandfather has a beard, they would likely think that anybody who has a beard is also a grandfather. And animism is when children give lifelike qualities to inanimate objects. So say, for example, a child trips and skins their knee on the sidewalk. They might say, oh, you know, the sidewalk hurt me. They did it because it didn't like me. It did that on purpose. So that's giving a lifelike quality to an inanimate object. So those are the main fundamental principles in the pre-operational stage. So as we move through the stages into the next stage, the concrete operational stage, this occurs between ages 6 and 7 to about 11. Children start to be able to understand concrete operations or mental operations, and similar to things like fundamental properties of matter not changing when their appearance changes. They would also be able to reverse mental operations. So if they can conceptualize that 8 plus 4 equals 12, then they would be able to also understand that 12 minus 4 equals 8. So that's a reverse mental operation. And then after that point, from about 12 years and on, children enter what's known as the formal operational stage. And this is when children become most adult-like in their thinking. They're able to think abstractly, theoretically, and hypothetically speaking. They start to be able to envision many different possible outcomes for a particular event, and that's when their cognitive development is the most mature. So my purpose today is to investigate 2 children that are at the beginning of the pre-operational stage, which is Colby, and she's 3, and Aaliyah, who's in the later years of the concrete operational stage, and just kind of take note of their differences in how they respond to questions about either their self-concept or abstract thoughts, as well as to tasks related to egocentrism and perspective taking, and as well as conservation tasks. Yeah, so we'll just see what happens. So I got a question for you. What's your name?
Colby.
Colby? How old are you, Colby?
3.
You're 3?
Yeah.
And tell me one thing about yourself. Anything, can be anything. One thing you like about yourself.
Eating candy.
You like eating candy? You're a candy monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna play with some Play-Doh. I've got a little game for you, okay? Do you want a piece of Play-Doh? Yeah? What color do you think it's gonna be? Oh, yellow. Okay. So I'm gonna make 2 balls of Play-Doh, and you're gonna tell me if they look the same size, okay? Hold on, there's one. I think this one might be a little bit too big. Okay. Are you ready? Do they look the same size to you?
Yeah.
Yeah? They do? Exactly the same?
Yeah.
Okay, how about now? Ready? Is this the same amount of Play-Doh?
Yeah.
It's the same?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and why do you say that?
Because.
Because why, silly?
Because I'm silly.
Because you're silly? Okay, good girl. Do you want to play with some Play-Doh? Here, play with it. What's your name?
My name is Aaliyah.
Your name's Aaliyah. And how old are you?
And then
You're 9. And tell me one thing about yourself.
I'm a gymnast.
You're a gymnast. Something else.
I have a brother.
You have a brother? That's true. One other thing.
I used to do ballet.
That's true too. Okay, so I've got some Play-Doh here, and I'm gonna split it into 2 balls, equal, and you can tell me if they look equal to you, okay? Okay, do they look about the same size, or do I, oh, maybe that one's a little bigger?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, does that look like the same amount of Play-Doh to you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
About it.
Okay.
That one's gonna be so a bit bigger.
Okay, now which one has more Play-Doh?
They're both still the same.
They're both still the same? Why do you say that?
Because you just flattened it, so it's still bigger. Or
It's
still the same.
It's still the same? Okay, cool. All right, so the conservation of mass technique, I used Play-Doh and broke the Play-Doh into 2 balls and asked the child if they were the same, which they agreed that they were, and then flattened one to see if they could conceptualize that it was the same amount of Play-Doh. And Colby actually did do this. She did note that they were the same, although she looked a little unsure, so I think she might have just been guessing. Whereas Aaliyah, for example, was able to clearly indicate that they were the same based on their masses not changing. Let's count the coins together, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, let's count a different row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so there's 6 in each, right? Okay. Okay, have a good look. Which of these coins, or which of these rows has more coins?
This one.
That one has more? Why do you say that?
Because.
Because why?
Because I'm silly.
Is that your answer for everything? Because you're silly? Yeah. So you think this row has more coins?
Yeah.
Really? But we already said that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what's this row? 6 too, right? Is that funny? I'm gonna make 2 rows. Do you want to count how many's in the row?
How many coins or
Yep.
what it all equals?
How many coins?
1, 2, 3, 6.
6. And how many coins are in this row?
6.
Okay. Okay, which row has more coins?
They're equal.
And why do you say that?
Because there's both of them have 6
That's right.
loonies.
Yep, there you go.
Word.
That's the correct answer. Okay, then the next one is the conservation of numbers. So for the conservation of numbers, I just used loonies, placed them in a row. There were 6 loonies in each row. One of them was more spread out than the other, and one of them was closer together. So normally children in the pre-operational stage will indicate that even though they're the same number of loonies within the 2 rows, that the row that's more spread out will look like more than the row that's closer together. Okay, Miss Colby. Are these sticks the same length?
Yeah.
Yeah? How about these sticks? Are they the same length?
No.
No? How come?
Because.
Why do you think they're not the same length?
Because.
Because? Does one look longer than the other to you?
Maybe.
Maybe? But you think these are the same and these are different?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Good job. Okay, I'm gonna take these two sticks. Okay. Which of these two sets of sticks, are they both the same length, or is there a stick longer?
No, they're the same.
And why do you say that?
Because when you first line them up, they're all the same. You just put this one forward more, and so it looks different, but it's actually not.
So these ones are parallel, and these ones are just more staggered?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Cool. All right. The next task we did was the conservation of length task, where you take two identical sticks that are of the same length, placing one of them in a parallel orientation and then the next set in a staggered orientation, and ask the child which pair are the same length, or if one has a longer stick. And in this task, Colby indicated that the staggered set looked longer simply because one of them was poking out longer than the other, and she wasn't able to conceptualize that they were just staggered and one actually wasn't longer. Whereas Aaliyah, in the concrete operational stage, was able to clearly indicate that yes, they were the same regardless of their placement on the table. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Now I'm gonna pour until you tell me to stop. When it's exactly even with this, because we have to get them equal, right? So it's fair, okay? So look and tell me when I need to stop. Okay, when it looks like it's even to you. There?
Yeah.
Is that even?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, okay. So, is there the same amount of juice in these two cups?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Which cup has more juice?
This one.
That one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because.
This one looks like it has more to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good job. Nice work. Okay, I'm gonna fill up these two cups. Okay, and then when I fill the second one up, tell me when to stop because I need to make them exactly equal, okay? So let me watch it and let me know when I need to stop.
Stop.
Stop. Whoop. Did I go over too much?
Under too much.
Under? Okay, a little more. Is that good?
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
Stop.
Stop. Is that good? Okay. Okay, so you would agree that there's exactly the same amount of liquid? Give or take a little bit, but roughly the same?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Which cup has more liquid? They're still the same? And why do you say that?
Because even though this one's a bigger glass, but you just pour the exact same amount in that glass into this glass. So
Okay.
It won't change unless you put more or less.
That's true. All right. Very good. So my favorite task, the conservation of volume task, is you take some colored juice so it's easy to see, pour it into 2 cups, fill the cups exactly the same, ask the child to confirm, are these the same volumes in each cup, and then take 1 cup and pour it directly into a much taller and skinnier cup. And sure to the nature of the task, Colby indicated that the taller, skinnier cup had more liquid, whereas Aaliyah was able to notice that it was just poured into a taller, skinnier glass and there was no change in the volume of the fluid. I want you to look at these pages for me. So do you know what these are?
What?
These are patches of grass. And Mr. Giraffe is very hungry. Which one will have more grass for Mr. Giraffe to eat?
That one.
That one? Yeah? Why do you say that?
Because.
You're so funny. This one looks like it has more to you? Yeah, so he should go eat grass here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. All right, now I want you to have a look at these 2 sheets of paper.
Okay.
Okay, and this is my hungry giraffe. If my giraffe is hungry, which one is he gonna get more grass from if these are patches of grass? Which one would he wanna eat at if he's really hungry?
They're equal
They're equal? Why do you say that?
because there's 4 in each.
Because there's 4 in each
Yeah,
and
they're same.
they're all the same? Okay, so you would say it wouldn't matter which one?
Yeah.
Okay. The next task I chose to use was a conservation of area. So in these 2 sheets of paper, you had one with the patches of grass spread quite out far, and then another one where they were close together. I asked them if you had a hungry giraffe, which field would they want to eat the grass in? And Colby indicated that this one looked like there was more because the area looked more dense. And Aaliyah was able to indicate that they were exactly the same because there was 4 squares of the same size. If you could have a 3rd eye, where would you put it? Right there on your eye already? Yeah? You wouldn't put it anywhere else? Why would you put it there? Put it on your head? Because that's where eyes go? On your head? Yeah? Okay. If you had a 3rd eye, where would you put it?
In my back.
In your back?
Yes.
And why?
So I could see my brother when he was taking things.
So you could see behind you, basically? Yeah. Okay, cool. Next task I did was a 3rd eye question. So I asked Colby if she could have a 3rd eye, where would she place it? And she indicated that she would place it either on her eye or on her forehead or anywhere in her head region, essentially, which is very consistent with that stage of development. She's not at that level yet where she can think abstractly or think outside the box or creatively about where she could put a 3rd eye. Whereas Aaliyah said, I would put it on my back so I could see behind me. So you just see the difference in that concrete thought versus that more abstract thought process. This is my mountain. It's very fancy. Do you like my mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So on this side, we've got a giraffe. And what's that?
A
A tiger. My giraffe is tired. All right. I need you to, can you come over here for me? Come over here for me. Can you squeeze through here? Okay. Come over here. Squeeze through. Come see me. Come see the animals on this side. Oh, okay, you got it? All right, so what animals are on this side?
A bear.
A bear, yep. And what's that?
Monkey.
A monkey, yep. And what's that?
A cheetah.
A zebra. A zebra. So it's a zebra, a bear, and a monkey. How many animals can I see?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, 1, 2, 3. Right? I can see 3 animals. A monkey, a bear, and a zebra. Okay, go back to your side. And tell me, when you sit down, how many animals you can see. What do you have on your side? You have a tiger, yeah, and?
Yeah.
And a giraffe. How many is that?
2.
2 animals, that's right. Now what can Jessica see? What can Jessica see? No cheating.
Monkey.
A monkey, and what else?
Cheetah.
How many animals can Jessica see?
I don't know.
You don't know? How many animals can Colby see?
2.
2, and how many animals can Jessica see? Not sure? Did you forget? Yeah? Okay, that's okay. Well, thanks for playing with me. Give me a high five. You're the best. This is my mountain. All right, I'm gonna face it to you. And what animals do we have here?
A giraffe and a tiger.
Yep.
Think.
Okay, and then on my side, I'll just turn it around quickly so you can see. On my side, There's what animals?
A gorilla, a bear, I think, and a zebra.
And a zebra? Okay. So how many animals is that?
3.
3. All right. So how many animals can you see?
2.
And how many animals can I see?
3.
3? And why do you say that?
Because you're looking at that side has 3. I'm looking at this side has 2.
That's right. Awesome. All right. I think that's it. You're all done. High five. Thank you. And the next one I did was the egocentrism task involving the mountain. So on one side of the mountain, you had a different perspective than on the other side of the mountain. And for Colby, it was difficult for her to conceptualize what my perspective was sitting on this side of the table or this side of the mountain looking at 3 animals versus what her perspective was looking at that side of the mountain with 2 animals. It was hard for her to think about what I could see. Whereas Aaliyah, having moved out of that more egocentric phase, could clearly articulate that we had different perspectives of the mountain.